Well, a couple things. It definitely surprised me that we didn't box out because that's all we've been talking about. Uh, it's just something that we're not willing to do consistently. The guards are not willing to get back in there and get those tough rebounds, and the bigs aren't fighting tough enough because it's usually two of them versus four of us, and they're usually getting the rebound, and that's not fun as a coach. All the tough things and the 50-50 balls about being first to the floor. We got to just start doing more of that. I think it is. I think that the youth is a factor, but also the mindset of the players going out because we're giving them that dialogue all day, every day about boxing out. If you don't box out, then fight for the rebound. And to watch the film and not see that is it's kind of like going backwards. And we don't want to take steps backwards. We have to keep moving forward every day. I don't think it's ever been a part of who they were as players to box out in high school because you can just be more athletic than the guy next to you and just jump and get a rebound. But on this level, if you do not box out, if you don't attack the ball, then it's going to be tough for you to get those rebounds, and it's been tough for us. Yeah, we really have kind of ignored all of the drills to get tougher because you have so many injuries already. And the last time we tried to do those toughness drills is when James got hurt. And you can't be afraid of that, but we're just trying to talk to them in the beginning. But now it's time to get back to those toughness drills and do some more things that are going to kind of get us in the mindset of what we need to do. Well, I mean, when you're in practice every day, you understand what our mission is. It's easy for people to sit in the stands or watch it on TV or replay or whatever and say how we're doing. But when you know from the inside and all the grind work that we do and all the talking and all the film work, you know exactly what we're looking for. And we took a step backwards on against Bradley the other day in a lot of areas. It's the next game, and it's a tough game. Really our first road test, true road test, in someone else's arena, with their home fans being there, and it is a game where they don't like us, and we don't like them. It's just always been that way. It's just been a knockdown, drag out battle with UAB over the years. When I played back in the day with Coach Finch and those guys, and with Coach Bartow attached to both teams, then it has a different meaning. I think so. I mean, and I was a little harsh when I said they don't like us, we don't like them. I think that the rivalry is always going to be tough, and we always need to keep that going with UAB. We need to get Louisville back. We need to get the teams back there, back in the heyday that everybody used to be at the games, stumping the bleachers and those type of games. We need to get those back. Not right now. I'm sure we're working on some things, but it will be soon. I spoke with Juwan this past summer and talked about us, Vandy, Michigan, and Georgetown having a game maybe in the Garden. I thought that would be pretty cool, and not to exclude Bobby Hurley or Damon Stoudemire or anything like that, but the new guys on the block versus the vet and Pat Ewing. I thought that would be pretty cool. They said they were okay with it. We just have to put it together. I saw that they have something with Michigan now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. No, not yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to stay with the same lineup and kind of keep the rotation the same. We're having problems right now. We get a little stagnant offensively, and we got to find the right chemistry with the guys that are on the floor at all times because we don't want to, you know, be ball stoppers and not moving the ball. We want to move the ball and get shots up. Man, Boogie actually was okay yesterday and this morning. That was really shocking to me that because that was a hard fall. I mean, he hit all back and on the floor, and I guess that's where youth comes in. I would have been out for 2 years. I'm sorry. No, he didn't come in the next day to put up shots. He just got treatment. But this morning he was walking a lot better. Hmm. Yeah, it means the world to me because when I was in school, the basketball team and the football team were all great friends, and we supported each other throughout. The Isaac Bruces, the Larry Porters, the Doc Hollidays, the guys that played back when I was in school, we're still close to this day. So when the football team is doing well, the basketball team is happy, and to be where we are right now, and how it's progressed over the years is something to be proud of because it took a lot of work. It took a lot of funding to get the facilities up to speed, and now to see them nationally ranked is definitely it's a reward that they deserve. Man, with the young team, you can only prepare like we've done every game, and then when you get in the game, you're gonna have to make adjustments. It just is what it is. Young teams don't understand the magnitude of the road yet. They just go out and play, and but we're gonna be prepared for everything that they have offensively and what they're gonna shoot at us defensively. We just got to go out there and execute the game plan. This is Mike Miller. No, we basically just go in rotation. I look at all the games, multiple games of every team, but it's Tony, Mike, and then Cody, and then it starts over. Hmm. Absolutely, I think it could be a gift and a curse. I think the gift of it is if we get an opportunity to go improve ourselves, that we can do it. Because guys that offensive rebound, they're going to do it every night. So you're not going to go out there and go, well, they're not offensive rebounding tonight. Everybody crashes the board. And then the curse of that is if we don't go out there and do what we need to do, they're going to stay in the game with offensive rebound. And we've been doing a great job of shutting the first and second options out, but then they're getting the rebound, and that does us no good. You got to finish it off with a tough rebound. I'm not sure how I'm going to start. It just depends. We obviously want to put some pressure on them at some point. We don't want them to get comfortable. We want to keep the crowd out of the game. No, it's just he's actually starting to do more. I see the doctors and the therapist working with his hands, so that's a great sign. And he's on the floor all the time. And I'm ready for him to start back playing because he's getting on my nerves. Yeah. I think that's just a true test of who Alex is because he's won his entire life. And he understands games where you go out and do things. We're not playing against the other team. We're playing against ourselves. So when he says that we won the game but we lost the day, that's what we always talk about. We didn't grow in areas that we should be growing in and that we've shown before. I think a lot of times young teams take certain teams for granted. Like they took Bradley for granted. They're going to take UAB for granted, and they're going to find out right away that it's going to be tough and a tough game. And you got to do all the little small things all game to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish, especially on the road. He's always bumping into me. He's always touching me on my shoulder and running. I'm seriously, y'all. Somebody needs to get him. Right. Well, I think that's where it needs to come from. It needs to come from the tough guys on the team because everybody doesn't go attack the game the same way mentally or physically. But the guys that do, they need to pull everybody else up to that level. You can challenge your teammates to just, hey, man, we're going to play tough today. We're going to punch first the entire time on the floor, and that's what you have to do. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's something that we've been begging him to do for a couple years. It's just not comfortable for him because he just plays hard. And he goes out there and says, I'm going to do my job. But unfortunately, that's not how leaders operate. You got to pull everybody else up. And I think that he's wanting to do it now because he's seeing it for what it's worth. He's been on teams where you've taken things for granted and lost games that you shouldn't lose. and it hurts. And I talk to them about it. You don't have a problem until it becomes a problem. And now we're having these loopholes in certain situations that if you continue to do that, you're going to lose. And I think young guys feel like that's not going to happen, but Alex understands that it can. So he's been more of a vocal leader, and he needs to do more of that.
And Damon is the only one that seems consistently getting in foul trouble throughout the game, foul out. Do you mind his aggressiveness because of depth there, but you want him to play with controlled aggression?
Yeah, we want him to play more. I mean, you'd hate to take the aggression away from Damian, but he needs to play smarter for sure. He's long, he's fast, and he could play way differently and bother people versus trying to steal the ball, because there are not guards on this level that you're just going to walk up to and just beat them up or just take their ball just off the dribble. You just need to play a mind game with them the entire game and make it hard for them to catch, make it hard for them to shoot over you, and don't let them go around you. And I think he's very capable of doing that, but we don't want him in foul trouble. It definitely messes up the rotation. Well, Rajon Rondo is one of his favorite players who is very smart, very high IQ guard. So when he plays defense, he tries to play on that level like a Gary Payton and a Rajon Rondo. So he's young, he's anxious, he wants to impress, he wants to pressure the ball, and right now he's just having problems with doing that, and he'll figure it out. These kids don't know about basketball, man. No, I'm joking. No one yet. Not even my son. That's terrible. Lester, I beat him. That's why he's messing with me right now.